Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my viewers out there. Welcome once again for another video tutorial with me, Teacher Michelle, your teacher with a heart. So before anything else, I'd like to request all my viewers out there to please click on the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, that's Teacher Michelle. And please, after watching this video, please do take time to visit my Facebook page at Teacher Michelle as well. Just click on like, follow, and share. Alright, so what will I be doing for this day? I will actually be sharing my ideas on how to access and use Google Sheets. Alright, but before anything else, the biggest question here is, are you ready? I assume everyone is ready to listen, so just sit back and relax. Alright, first thing is first, we need to basically open a browser. I would highly suggest or rather a Google Chrome browser. No? However, any other browser would be fine as well, but again, it is more advantage. No, it is more an advantage if you would be using Google Chrome. All right. So I have a browser opened here already. So as you can see on my as soon as I open a tab, it automatically goes to Google. All right. However, if your tab does not do that, you may as well go to www.google.com, whichever may be easier for you. As soon as you reach the Google website, first thing you would need to do is you would click on the Google Apps icon, which is just right beside your Google account icon. Okay. As soon as you click that, you will then see a drop-down box, and here are all or most, no, or yeah, all of the Google platforms that can be used. Now, in a way to access Google Sheets, there are two ways actually. You can actually access it through your Google Drive, or you can directly access it right away in the Google Sheets icon. Now, I'll be showing you the two ways. It will be up to you on which would be more convenient for you. Now, let's start with opening with Google Drive. Now, as soon as we open up Google Drive, you'll then see on your left top hand side, there's a plus sign with the word new. Just click on that icon and another drop-down box will be seen. Then I'll need you to find Google Sheets. As soon as you click that, another tab will opening a blank spreadsheet or Google Sheets. Okay? So that is one way for you to access or rather open Google Sheets. Now, another means for you to access Google Sheets would be, once again, go to the google.com, open the Google icons, then go to Google Sheets or click on the icon of Google Sheets. As soon as you do that, the link for the Google Sheets site will open. Now, as you can see, I have a few of my files here. Now, in your case, since you are a new user, most probably you wouldn't see any of this below. This would possibly be blank. However, if you have used Google Sheets before, you would then be able to see this. All right. Now, here at the top part, where my mouse is moving back and forth, these are a few of the templates: the attendance, gradebook, to-do list, calendar, and so on and so forth. So these are a few of the suggested templates from Google Sheets. However, if you wish to work with a blank slate, you can just click on the icon that has a plus sign with the word blank at the bottom. As soon as you click that, once again, a blank spreadsheet would then open for you. Now, one great means that Google platforms in general is so great with because it has an autosave functionality. When we say autosave, whatever you type, no matter if it's just number 1, number 2, a period, a comma, a slash, a question mark. See, if you have noticed, every time I type something, do you see this? Where my mouse is at, it's always loading in and giving you that notice that it's saving. So regardless on what you are typing, even though those are just periods, it will really save it. No matter how small, how few, whatever, it will automatically save all the data that you just saved there. Okay? And question is, where does it save into? It will actually save into your Google Drive. Okay, that is where you can access it as soon as you have finished entering your data and necessary files here in the Google Sheets. Now, apart from which, normally in a Microsoft Excel setup, because Google Sheets is basically at par with Microsoft Excel, you'll have to click on save, diba? And then we'll have to look for the save as, or the save for us to be able to save. So like what I said, in this case, it's autosave. And apart from which, you'll have to technically go through save in Microsoft Excel for you to create a title for it. However, for Google Sheets, if you have noticed, there is a word here, untitled spreadsheet. You'll have to just click that and then you can type in your title automatically. Okay? So say for example, we'll have this as a title of tutorial. So automatically this will be saved and you can see the Google Sheets file of tutorial in your Google Drive. Alright? Well, basically like what I said, Google Sheets and Microsoft Excel are both the same or are at par. Okay? Both have the same functionality. The difference is that though, for those who are so used to the Microsoft Office in general, no, all the Microsoft Office platforms, if you are so used to that, particularly with Excel, you might have, a few of adjustments here in Google Sheets. However, those functions are technically really just the same, including with its formulas and so on. Basically, what you'll just need to do is to just familiarize all the toolbars here and the functionalities here above as well. Alright? Now, let me just show you an example of what I'm talking about on how the functionality of a Google Sheet is similar to Microsoft Excel. So say, for example, we will be creating an enrollment tally sheet. So let's try to highlight column letter A to letter H. And similar with Microsoft Excel, you can basically merge this by what icon? It's particularly this, no? Merge cells. So just click that and automatically it merges into one big cell. Now let's try to type in the title tally sheet for grade 1. Oops. Okay. So as you can see, it is aligned to the left. However, if you want to change the alignments either to center, to right, or justify, you can do so similarly to Microsoft Excel. So by clicking on this particular cell, we'll just need to go to this icon, click on it, and you have 3 options here: left, center, and right. At this case, I want it to be centered. Now, since this is a title, basically what we do with titles, it should be in bold, no? Or the letters should be thick. Similar with Microsoft Excel, there is that function as well, which is this one, right? The big letter B. So if we click on that, there you go. It's bold. If you want it italic, it's just beside letter B, which is the slightly slanted letter I, if you want it that way. And if you want it, oops, okay. And if you want to change particularly the color, no, of your title, you can basically click on this big letter A with a color below. By clicking that, you have an array of colors to choose from. But in my case, I'll be using black for the meantime. Now, if I also would want this for a bigger size, it's here, no? The font size. If we click on that, we have an option here which is 36 as the biggest. However, you can customize by clicking that as well, or by typing the number size, no, of the font. However, for this one, I'll just click on 20. Okay, so we're all set for our title. Now, let's try to put a title for above, no? So, say for example, we'll be typing in date of enrollment. Okay, so at this case, if you can see, the word date of enrollment has gone beyond the cell, no? Just like in Google, rather in Microsoft Excel, you can basically adjust it. Still with the same function by going or moving rather your cursor in between the column A and B, and as you can, if you can see this arrow, you'll just drag this to your side and it moves. Or rather the date of enrollment word then would fit the column letter A. Now, next, let's then type on a few of the sections, no? Say for example, orange, yellow, red, blue, maroon, gray, white. Say for example for that. Now, since these are all aligned to your right, and since these are titles as well, let's try to move this at the center. And since these are titles, let's try to make it bold. And I am satisfied with the size of it, so I won't be changing that. So say for example, we'll be entering June 1, 2020. Okay. And then for orange, say for example, there are 23, 100, 50, 80, 80, 30, 50, 60. Okay. So again, we'll just highlight all the rows and columns that we want to change the alignment on, and then let's just set it to center. Okay, for this, I'll change it there. Okay. Now, let's try to add on. Now, for example, you are going, or for example, you are monitoring, no, the enrollment for the grade 1, and you would wish to make a sequence, no, of the dates here. Similarly with MS Excel, you can basically apply a formula there. So how can we do that? So still the same. Basically, I'm just giving you the most basic formulas, no, that we normally use as well in MS Excel. So do not forget, there is still always that equal sign for Google Sheets to understand that you are trying to create a formula. Now, let's click on the first cell, which there is June 1, 2020. That's entered there. And then let's try to type in a plus sign and then 1. Since what we are trying to achieve here is to enter the next date automatically, no? So as soon as you do that, let's try to change the alignment there. Okay. However, let me just set the alignment all for that. Okay. Now, how can you possibly do that for the other cells by not doing the formula over and over again? The same with MS Office. As you can see, there is a tiny box at the lower right here in the cell. No? If you move your cursor there, if you have noticed, your cursor becomes a plus sign. Now, if you drag it down below by clicking it and dragging it down below, so that's 3, 4, 5. Okay. See? Still the same functionality as MS Excel. Now, say for example, let me just make an entry of all the enrollees for a while. All right. So we're all set. Now, for example, that is for the entire week. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. Say for example, we are going to type in there as the total, and then here as our grand total. Now, again, this is a very simple formula that we also normally use for MS Excel. So again, equal sign, and then sum, open parenthesis, highlight all the necessary cells that you would wish to add, close parenthesis, and enter. Okay, let's try to highlight that and make it center. Now, again, for us to not do the same formula over and over again and just basically do a shortcut to it, we'll just go on the lower right portion of the cell. As soon as it goes to a cross sign for our cursor, we'll just click on it and move it going under white. So there you go. It has summed up all the other sections. Now, as for grand total, that would be sum again, open parenthesis, and total of all the totals of each sections. After that, close parenthesis and enter. No? Once again, all the formulas that I have shown you are basically the most simplest formulas that we normally use for MS Excel. This is basically just to show you that any possible functions that you would want to use or you would want to do for MS Excel basically can be done for Google Sheets. Alright? So basically, this is the basics to Google Sheets. I myself am still learning on the ons and goes for as far as functionalities is concerned for Google Sheets. Basically, I'm just showing you the basics that I have understood in using Google Sheets. Now, this is so helpful, especially for us teachers, teachers like me who are adjusting to this new normal, and I assume everybody is also, or rather all the teachers are also encouraged to get familiarized with the Google platforms. Alright, so this ends my video tutorial. Once again, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, and please do take time to visit my Facebook page. Click like, follow, and share. Once again, my dear viewers, thank you so much. This has been Teacher Michelle, your teacher with a heart. Bye-bye.